Good day and welcome to another episode of Mooney Makes. Today we're doing the 10-year challenge, so let's find out if I improved or not. To start off, obviously, we need to do a sketch. On the left you can see the original drawing, completed, colored, everything. It was for a high school assignment. It was part of senior graduation to create a book of memories and poems or some type of interpretation of your memories. It couldn't just be fully written stories. There had to be some kind of a element, a scrapbook, if you will. Mine was Memoirs of a High School Girl, and I drew myself as a zombie. So, today we're drawing myself as a zombie again. The pose will be slightly updated. The clothes will be updated. Though my outfit hasn't changed much. I just wear less graphic tees and more tank tops. My hair is very different. And my zombie version of myself would make a little bit more sense, I think. The original had ripped clothes in odd places, but that was just because it's the only way I knew how to draw terrors. Only way I knew how to draw terrors. The best part, I think, of the original is the hair. It's my favorite. And, of course, the blood splatters, which I have long since lost touch with this, and I used to draw a lot of zombies or draw people as zombies, so you'd think I'd be good at it, but this is about as dark as visually dark as my art goes. I can do emotionally dark and vent art, but for the most part, I draw happy things or cool things. But so for this new version, I'm going for a more sunken look in the face. I'm missing an eyeball. Seems way more probable. And I'm putting the bite mark on the arm, which again seems more probable than the original and the bite mark on the stomach. Oh, look at that face. So pretty. She definitely woke up like this. Doing the outline a little bit more with a Bic pen kind of helped later. When I color it, you'll see that the ink drags and it makes it a little muddier. And that's kind of what I wanted for the zombie skin tone, was something muddy. So instead of lining it with waterproof micron pens, which is what I normally use, I outlined with a Bic first and then went over with color. I had a lot of fun doing it. I think drawing with ink pens like that just lends to forcing you to be a little bit more committed in what you're doing, and then fixing mistakes as opposed to avoiding them, because you don't learn anything if you don't make a mistake, you know? It's not a failure unless you didn't learn something. I really love her face. I'm still pudgy, but my ribs are sunken in, and I'm missing an arm, and it's my right arm, which would be my dominant one, so that made a little bit more sense for me as a zombie. Then I went through the outside only and did a darker line just to make her pop a little from the background, which at this point I wasn't entirely sure what kind of background I wanted to do other than maybe a scenery. But I definitely wanted to get away from the original, which is tissue paper and stars. So this will be a night sky, but more like a sunset. So busted out my Copics, got this rolling. Me and my blue jeans, which actually nowadays I wear black more often than not, but I didn't want to just block in a bunch of black ink. I wanted to kind of keep some element of the original true to the new one. And got shade, 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 and shade. More shading. And my lovely pink hair. Oh, it looks so pretty. Gave myself some rotten spots and some freckles. Made sure that bite wound was prominent on my arm. Just finishing up that shading and getting the shirt all filled in. Which is another reason I didn't want to put black pants, because I had a black shirt. Very faded black shirt. Now, I am not good at backgrounds, so I really hope y'all don't judge me. I did my best. I tried to use purples since this skin tone was green and purple works well with it, but we'll see. So here are the results. In 2010, I was 17 and I had just graduated high school, and that is what my art looked like. Today, I am 27, and this is what my current art looks like. And let's see them side by side. Here you go. I think there is plus and minuses to both. I can't really tell if I improved or not. They're definitely done on different papers, and they're definitely two different pieces. One is mixed media, and one is not. The one on the left is from 2010 when I graduated high school, and it's definitely more like personable, I guess, because I've got my Watchmen t-shirt on and I've got my belt. The anatomy of the hips is very weird. Not quite accurate, so I definitely got a one-up on anatomy. Hands are 100% better. I think that the colors are brighter in my original only because of the paper that I used. And obviously I went a little crazy with the blood on the original than I did in the new one. But I think my new one is a little more personable and it's funny. I mean, she woke up like this. Haha, she's a zombie. She can't wake up because she's dead. And I do like the hair in both of them, but for different reasons. I like the originals, like shading and partition and texture, but I like the simplicity of my new one. So I don't know. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you think I improved at all or not, and then what you would have done differently. You can find me on all of these social media platforms. I do have things coming down the pike for Redbubble that are a little bit better than what I have on there right now. I'm active every day on Instagram and Twitter. I have a Patreon. I have one patron. Thanks, Jess. And if you want to join, I've got levels as low as $2. So please hit me up and support me. I currently do not have a job. So this will be fun to fill my time with. And then, of course, I have an Etsy store that has some of my paintings and some of my resin work on there, as well as original illustrations. So go ahead and like, subscribe, follow, retweet, whatever, and I'll see you next week.